Hey Leo, how can I catch the YouTube?
Let's go.
My bad.
It's okay. No worries. Roof, real quick, can you drop the link to the YouTube channel that this is going to also be streaming on in our main chat, just for the people that want to listen to it on YouTube instead?
So our first AMA on DaVinci, matter of fact, is the first speaker on the actual live stream. Is that recorded?
All right, guys.
Yeah.
That's recorded. Let's go. That's fine. All right. Well, I'm happy to see everybody in here today. For the people that don't know me, my name is Leo, and I am actually on the core team of ShibaDoge and our entire ecosystem. So that was our first endeavor in the world of crypto. We saw massive success in the terms of how everything went from start to finish, but we're back and we're introducing something that is extremely, extremely new to the space. Something that not only is it new, but it's exciting. And not only is it exciting, it's actually revolutionary. And it's going to change the way that people interact with tokens, NFTs, and just Ethereum blockchain in general. It's going to change everything forever. And it's so early that right now it's in the stage where people are barely learning about it and barely trying to get a grasp on what it actually even is. But for the people who actually understand it and have looked into it on a deeper level, they see the future potential of this. And it's very rare that things like that happen. It's very, very rare that a change can happen on blockchain that just revolutionizes everything. It happens ever so often, once every 2 years, once every 3 years. And it changes the dynamic of how people operate. Just like when NFTs first got introduced, people were flocking over left and right from everywhere just to get into just buying ETH just so they could buy NFTs, right? So that caused a gold rush, that caused the craze of people coming into the space to obviously just interact with NFTs. But now there's a new tech in town, and that's pretty much ERC404. And what ERC404 is, in a nutshell, in basic terms, if I were to go and explain this to my 5-year-old nephew, for example, right? If I were to try to explain it to him, I would tell him, you know what an NFT is, you know what a crypto token is. Imagine merging the two and they worked in correlation together. So in a nutshell, that is the simplest explanation, but it gets much deeper than that. So let's talk a little bit about DaVinci, which is the project that we're launching. DaVinci is going to be a ERC404 protocol project. The project that we're going with, the reason why we are even going with the 404 tech is because we know how scalable it is and we know that it's the future. But more or less, we're going to add another element to this that other people don't have. We're actually adding the integration of AI. And don't get me wrong, the AI integration is definitely going to be a big factor in this, because right now there is a lot of hype in the space for tokens that are doing things outside of the box, outside of the ordinary, trying to be unique, trying to add an element that others don't have. And I'll get into what the AI is going to do for the project here in a little bit, but let's talk a little bit about what ERC404 tokens even are. And I'm going to be reading some of the stuff off of our frequently asked questions list, which I'll link here in a little bit. You guys will be able to read that as well. But what are ERC404 tokens? At its core, ERC404 shatters the barriers between NFT and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. This is literally off of our white paper. For the first time, one NFT equals one token, directly aligns their values. So take it like this. On mint day, anybody participating is going to go to our mint page, right? If you're whitelisted during the whitelist phase 1 and you want to go mint a token, you're going to go to the mint page, you're going to mint an NFT or mint a token. Not an NFT, a token. You first mint the token. So let's say you go in and mint one whole NFT. You will get, one whole token. Then you will get one whole NFT to come with it. If you mint half a token, 0.5, you will only get the 0.5 tokens. So you get it. If you mint one token, you get the token plus an NFT. If you mint anything less than a whole token, you will only just get the token and not the NFT. And that goes for if you want to mint more as well. If you mint 2, 3 tokens, you will get 3 NFTs. If you mint 10, you will get 10 NFTs. But if you mint 10.5, you'll still only get 10 NFTs, but you will get 10.5 tokens. Now, why is this crazy in the sense is like, okay, cool. You're telling me I could go and mint an NFT. And what's so special about that? I've done that in the past before. I've minted 20 projects in the past and look at where the state of NFTs are right now. NFTs are down. I've lost a lot of money on NFTs. Probably telling me that. You're probably asking me that. And I agree with you. And that is the biggest issue in NFTs. We've experienced that with NFTs that we've invested in, and we've actually even seen that firsthand with our own NFT project that we launched in the past. It is a massive issue that revolves in the NFT space. There is no built-in liquidity. If I own an NFT, I need to find a buyer to take that off of my hands if I'm trying to sell it. This solves that entire problem. If you own this token, this NFT, you now have instant liquidity to be able to trade it. So if you one day decide, hey, price of the NFT went up to 20 grand, I want to go ahead and sell this. You don't have to sit there and look for a buyer. You don't have to sit there and find somebody to take that off of your hands. You have an instant liquidity pool. If your NFT is worth 20 grand at a bare minimum, for example, you are going to be able to go to Uniswap. You are going to be able to go to any decentralized exchange for the matter and swap your token for whatever you want, Ethereum, USDT, any ERC20 token. So there's instant liquidity at all times. Let me catch your breath. And that actually changes the entire game, the entire dynamic of how NFTs are going to evolve. NFTs are dead right now. There was no saving grace. If you look at OpenSea across the board, there's like 2 or 3 NFT projects that are surviving and doing well. Everything else is dead in the gutter. This is going to change that. This is going to save NFTs. We were kind of like brainstorming, right, the other day and talking about ideas, and we came up with the slogan. We were like, yo, what's one of the slogans that we can use during our marketing, during our initial push to kind of like advertise the project in a way and let people kind of understand what some of the goal mission is. And the slogan we came up with was kind of make NFTs great again, right? And that's what we're going to go with in a sense, because part of what we're doing here is honestly trying to save that market. But at the same time, the people who don't care at all about NFTs and still want to be involved, they still have 100% of a involvement rate, because this at the very base is also a token. It's also a token that you trade on Uniswap. It's also a token that you can interact with just like any other ERC20 token on DEX tools or on Uniswap or wherever. So it's not far at all from what people are used to in terms of being able to interact with it. Another thing that's actually really great about these ERC404 projects is one big concern that everybody has when it comes to launches is, oh, hey, is it going to get botted? Is it going to get sniped? Is it going to, have a bunch of people taking up the entire supply in the first 10 seconds at launch at a low market cap? That's a big problem, and we have to always deal with that in this space, right? People do like these fancy anti-bots and all this other mumbo jumbo to avoid that, but it's still a big issue. With 404, you don't have that because the launch is going to be seamless. People are going to come in, they're going to mint. Once the minting phase is complete, liquidity will be added and the tokens will be tradable. So there is no botting, there is no sniping, there is no early contract address for people. Like, it is what it is, right? You just get in and you start trading. It's the fairest launch that I could think of. And that gives us a massive advantage in the future of the project, because the future of a project a lot of times depends on how the launch goes. And if the launch gets jotted and it's botted and sniped, your project is kind of dead in the water before it even gets a chance to swim. And this avoids that. This literally takes that risk completely out of the equation and gives people a fair chance to participate from the very beginning. Give me one moment here, guys. Let me take a sip of water and we'll get right back into it. So The DaVinci token is going to be supported on all major platforms. I'm talking OpenSea, I'm talking LooksRare, I'm talking Blur, and etc. That's for the NFT side of things. It's also going to be supported on every single decentralized exchange. I'm talking, Uniswap and SushiSwap and whatever else that you could trade ERC20 tokens on. They will be supported. We're in a time and we're in a phase right now where ERC404 is becoming extremely popular, and due to the complexity of it and how the contracts work and how new it is, there isn't much competition. There is no competition at all. There is literally 2 ERC404 projects that are doing anything of any value, and that's pretty much it. And they're paving the road for how this is going to be the future. And we want to be paving the road even further and be able to include more of a community-based aspect to ERC404. Because what we're doing is not only allowing people to mint these tokens and mint these NFTs, we're actually going to be allowing you guys to put your own artwork on it. And why is that huge? It's massive in this space because people love their NFTs, right? They use that as an excuse to justify why they spent $10,000 on a stupid monkey or $100,000 on a robotic mohawk punk, right? They go, oh, I love the art, that's why I spent $100,000 on it. And they justify it that way. I'm guilty of that. I spent $300-something odd thousand on the crypto punk. It's on my Twitter. You guys can go look it up. And, when people ask me why I did that, one of the first things I defaulted to was, oh, I like the art. But realistically, if that one wasn't available and a different one was, I was going to buy that anyway, right? So the art doesn't even matter. Why did I buy that to begin with? I bought it because I wanted to make money, right? I wanted to buy that, hold it, and then flip it down the line. But there was no liquidity in there. I had to find another buyer if I wanted to do that. I had to find someone dumber than me. I had to find someone dumber than me that paid $300,000 for a piece of picture and try to get them to pay me more for it, right? There is no liquidity pool that I could just go to and be like, this is how this is performing. This is the equity that this project or this token has. I'm going to go ahead and, execute myself. It didn't exist. And that's a massive problem, even for the biggest projects in the world. So the art doesn't matter, right? We're giving people the opportunity to have NFTs that are all going to be one-of-ones. Every single NFT in the DaVinci project is going to be a one-of-one. And the artist is going to be you. You're pretty much going to be behind customizing how the NFT looks. And your art will live forever on chain. Now, why does that get even crazier? It's because we're collaborating with dozens of famous artists. I'm talking people who have 400,000, 500,000, million people following them on Instagram, on Twitter, names that everybody is going to be able to relate to, people that you guys might already know, people that you guys are going to be finding a lot more about. And we're going to have artist showcases. So some of those particular art pieces that some of these famous artists make, those are going to hold a different type of value than most, right? Because they're one-of-ones made by pretty famous artists, which I'm not going to go ahead and announce any names right now because we have an entire plan for having our first artist showcase and presenting them and doing all that cool stuff. So we'll talk more about that at a different date. But in a nutshell, another cool thing about this is you don't need to have any artistic bone in your body to be able to make art and put it on your NFT. We've put together a completely workable solution to that by including generative AI. We're working with OpenAI's API, and we've kind of customized it to kind of fit our parameters, and we've got it working with our Web3 side of things. So people will be able to go in there. People will be able to go in there and kind of just customize what their heart desires, and then when they're happy with the outcome of something, boom, you just press the upload button and it's there forever. So that's how that's going to work. Let's see, what else can I touch up on here? Another question that I've been getting a lot is, how can I even buy an ERC404 token? Because a lot of people haven't heard of it, right? The way you could buy it is just like how you could buy any other token on DEX tools once it's live. before it's live, the only way to buy it is to be involved in the minting phase, right? There is no other way to buy it other than being involved in the minting phase. If you want to get in pre-launch, if you want to get in post-launch, just like any other token, you just go on Uniswap, plug in the contract address, and buy it. That's it. You can also buy it on OpenSea. So if you want to go to OpenSea and buy an NFT that you like or a token that you like, you'll be able to do that as well. Now, it's as simple as that. I mean, there's really no complexity to that. The minting process is extremely simple as well. People are just going to be able to go to our website. If your address is on the whitelist, you'll be able to participate in the whitelist mint. You'll be able to buy as little as 0.001 ETH worth of it if you're approved. You could buy as much as 10 ETH, 20 ETH, whatever. There's no limit on how much you could buy if you're approved. It's an open limit. So that's how that's going to work. And you go in there and here, I'll try to share a little screenshot. I won't share everything here, but excuse me 1 second. So this is how the mint page will work. We're still kind of like changing some of the font and things around. So this isn't final, but this is just to give you guys a good idea. I'm pasting it in the chat. That's how the mint page will look. If you guys are on the whitelist, you'll be able to participate in that on mint day. You go in there, you put the amount of ETH that you want to transact with. It'll tell you how many tokens you're going to get. It'll show you how much supply is remaining. And you just hit the mint button and that's it. So when you mint the token, you're going to receive the token immediately. You're going to receive your token, you're going to receive your NFT immediately. You won't be able to trade it until after we add liquidity and launch trading, which will come about, I want to say 30 minutes to an hour at most after the minting phase is concluded. So a little bit ago, I shared the whole launch plan and the mint strategy, so you guys can see that, but we'll be sharing it again for anybody who missed it. It's very interesting how this works in a sense, because you're never going to have to worry about, like I said, snipers, bots, people who got early CA. Like it's as fair as it gets. If you want to be early, if you want to be one of the first to get your hands on it, go get whitelisted. We have the whitelist open right now. Anybody could go and sign up. Also, just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, if you sign up with a brand new wallet that has 0 ETH and 0 transactions in it, you're probably going to get denied. Or not 100% you'll get denied. Some will still get approved. But, us looking at that, we have a system in place that kind of is like, okay, cool, this guy, he's taking up a whitelist spot, but he doesn't even have any ETH to transact, and it just automatically denies it. So sign up with a wallet that at least 0.001 ETH is what you need to have to kind of like guarantee yourself a higher chance of getting the spot. So, I mean, that's the minimum that you'd be able to mint anyway. So, if it's an empty wallet with 0 ETH in there, there is a chance that it will still get approved, a small chance, but more than likely, our system is just going to look at it and say, okay, cool, we're just giving away a whitelist spot to somebody who doesn't even have the means to participate, and it'll deny it. So just a heads up. And also our whitelist is filling up extremely quick, guys. So at some point, we're going to have to be like, all right, this is enough. So if you haven't signed up for the whitelist, I would more than like right now, I would definitely prioritize going and at least getting, 1 or 2 of my wallets prioritized in the whitelist, because it is filling up fairly quick. We've only done marketing for about 2.5, 3 hours at this point, and my DMs are blowing up. The Telegram channel's at over 1,000 members just in the first few hours of us marketing. And just to give you guys some context, we have over 100 people that are going to help market this in terms of influencers, callers, KOLs, artists, you name it, we've got it. We've got actually some A-list celebrities as well that we're going to be working with, which we'll announce soon. That's something to keep your eyes on. We're bringing back celebrities, guys. Remember how popular they used to be back in the days? Celebrities were pumping crypto, and then they all of a sudden stopped. We're going to bring that fad back. We're going to bring that trend back. So we are in talks with a bunch of people, man. So we're gonna be blowing this off the out of the water.
What about Soldier Boy?
Soldier Boy, that might be a possibility, man. We're talking to a lot of people. I can't say any names right now because nothing is.
Celebrities, though, none with like a bad reputation in regard to this space.
None of them have a bad reputation. No, these people are A-list celebrities. They're not that B-list bullshit like people who claim to think they're celebrities. These are, real people, man. We're talking to real people. Nothing is finalized right now because, we have to launch first. But realistically, we are in talks. We have a good management team. We have amazing connections. We are one of the most connected teams in this space. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to say like, oh, we're some hot shit, but we've spent over $3.5–4 million just marketing our recent project in 2022 and 2021. That's no joke. We've spent real money. All of that is on chain. You guys could go verify that. Everybody who's worked with us in the past, they know how serious we are when we get down and dirty in terms of business. We never do wrong by anybody. We make sure we're honest, transparent with communities at all given times. We have AMAs like this every single week. Like we're as legit as it gets. Like, and then that's why people love working with us, is because they know we don't mess around. We don't play games. Like it's either we do business with you, we work with you, or we don't, and that's it. There is no there's no bullshit, and nobody likes bullshit. So yeah. Anyway. At this point, I know some of you guys have questions. I do have some more that I want to talk about still, but let me open the floor and take some questions right now, because I know a lot of people have been listening to this and they still kind of don't understand what to expect.
What was it like when you made your first million?
That's not the first time I got that question. Actually, we have our community member Sonny in here, and he always asks me that question. But what it was like to make my first million. Well, it's a surreal feeling, man, and it's something that it's not even making your first million that is the crazy part. It's actually knowing that you're financially never going to have to worry about paying your utility bill or ever have to worry about paying your grocery store run ever again. Like you're just like, all right, cool. This is amazing. But then when you have millions of dollars, guess what? When your portfolio is worth millions of dollars and something goes down 30%, 40%, 50%, then you also lose millions of dollars. So I'll be the first to say losing $1 million hurts 100 times more than the happiness that comes with making your first million. So be wise with how you treat your financials, guys. Alexander wrote in the chat, the better question is when we lost our first million. Yep.
Anyone that wants to know, Alex is the dev as well, the project. Leo, people are asking about gas prices. Can you just explain the gas prices, what to expect?
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, the gas prices during the mint, it all depends on how the network is. Like right now, gas is high because obviously the Ethereum network is seeing a lot of transactions happen. So it's higher than normal. I think it was like 170 gwei or something when I checked a few hours ago. But realistically, just like anything else that happens on chain, you're gonna have to pay gas when you transact. And if you've ever minted a token before, if you've ever minted an NFT before, you'd know that there's a few dollars involved in the minting process. So the same applies here. When you're minting, there is going to be gas. The gas all depends on how busy the network is. So your gas fee could be as low as $2, could be as high as $20 per transaction, depending on how the network is behaving at that given time. But that's we don't have any control of that. We have been able to tweak the 404 contract to be way more gas efficient than it previously was in version 1 of it. There's a newer version that we're going with, and our developer has actually been working pretty much nonstop over the past few weeks, literally just improving and making it as efficient as possible and just a better contract than what's already out there. So that's another thing I want to mention.
Hey, Leo, it's Skeeter, if you can hear me. I have two questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course, man. Go ahead.
First one is just for clarifying purposes. So after if we mint a full NFT, then we generate that image with like AI or like a hand-drawn thing. Is that correct?
So yeah, when you have an actual NFT, after the unrevealed segment of it is over, and you're allowed to actually put your own artwork on it, you will be pretty much going to our website where we'll have the entire generative AI tool there, and you guys will be able to play with the prompts and just generate a bunch of images until you're happy with something that you want to put on there forever. And then you could do that. We are also going to have an upload function, but for now, that upload function is kind of going to be reserved for verified artists and verified celebrities and influencers. They'll be able to upload their own hand-drawn work immediately. For community members, that will also be an option down the line. It won't be available immediately at launch to be able to do that, but down the line it will be. And that won't be immediate either, because we have to kind of like review and manually look at everything that people are trying to upload, because people could go up and put unnecessary things in there. We don't want any X-rated images. We don't want any copyright issues. We don't want to infringe on anybody else's IP. All of that has to be taken into account, and that's why there would need to be a manual review for the artwork that people draw by hand. But if you're using our AI generative tool, it's prompted to make sure that we don't have those issues. So then it will pretty much be instant. You'll be like, okay, cool, I like this. I'm gonna go with that. And you press the button and you're good to go.
Okay, that kind of answers my next question. I was wondering if there was going to be a vetting process, because I was worried about like copyright issues and what that would look like. Even with the AI, I wasn't sure like if you wanted something Disney and AI generated it, to me that still seems like it would be a copyright issue.
Yeah, for sure. That we've got all of that in mind, and if there is anything that infringes on copyright or breaks terms of service with anybody any platform that we work with, there is a fail-safe for that, and we are going to reach out to the people who own that NFT, and I believe there is a way to actually wipe an image as well if it infringes on anyone's IP or just has inappropriate like pornography or something stupid like that on there, right?
That's great. Thank you.
For sure.
Hey, so the NFT, as opposed to the worth of it being based on someone's demand, like for example selling it on OpenSea, instead the worth of your NFT is going to be backed by the liquidity of the token, right? Is that
exactly? So just like any token, like if I launch the Leo token right now, right, and a bunch of people buy the Leo token, and the Leo token pumps to let's call it $100 million market cap, and there's only 10,000 supply of the Leo token, that would pretty much put the Leo token at $10,000 per token, right? Based on just the chart alone. So if each Leo token had its own NFT, each NFT at a bare minimum would be worth $10,000, because anybody could just grab that token, which is the same thing, right? The NFT and the token are the same exact thing, and just go to the liquidity pool and liquidate it. So yeah, it eliminates having to have the supply and demand that NFTs have been using for ever since they started getting popular.
I've got a question on YouTube. What's the possibility of our ShibaDoge NFTs taking on the technology built-in liquidity would rescue our own NFTs? So it's basically asking about the Shiba NFTs.
Yeah, so as of right now, there isn't any tech to turn existing NFTs into ERC404 NFTs. But that the tech is advancing pretty quickly, and maybe the possibility of that comes up later down the line. But yeah, that's just not something that can work right now in how the tech is in this current state.
Right. Makes sense. Hey guys, anyone got any questions? Just unmute and speak. Go ahead, man, guys. You can ask whatever you want. So is there a cutoff time, Leo, for the whitelist?
Yeah, there is a cutoff time. The cutoff time is here. Let me pull up this sheet over here. So phase one, which is the whitelist mint, which is anybody who is whitelisted can participate in, starts at 10 a.m. on March 4th. That will go until 12 p.m., so 2 hours, and that will get concluded. And then it will be the public mint. That's when everybody, you don't have to be whitelisted. If you've got an Ethereum address and ETH, you can participate in the public mint. But the chances are, the way that the demand is looking right now and the amount of people that are signing up for the whitelist, I have a good feeling that it's probably going to sell out in phase one. So if it sells out in phase one, which is the total supply is like 5,334 tokens, 34 tokens. If all of those 5,300 tokens get minted during the whitelist mint, then we won't even have a public mint. We'll just go ahead and launch trading after that immediately. And if anybody else is trying to get more tokens, they would have to wait till trading is live, and they'd have to buy their tokens on the chart. Also, the mint price for each token is right now valued at 0.0888 ETH. At the time of launch, with the amount of liquidity supplied, with the math being done on our side of things, everybody should be in a good spot and happy and content and very glad that they participated in the mint. And that's all I'm gonna say. So that's all I'll say.
So is there a decent opportunity for everyone that's joined the whitelist to be able to get, if not a full mint, a fraction of a mint, or is it kind of just based on, sometimes the whitelist is, you got so many people on the whitelist, but maybe only a fraction of those people will actually have an opportunity to get any of it?
You'll have a much better chance than anybody in the public will, obviously. But at the end of the day, it is still going to be kind of competitive, because it's kind of like on a first come first serve basis, right? If the amount of people that are in the whitelist all mint, we'd sell this project out a few times over. But obviously, there are people who are not going to mint the whole token, right? There are some guys who will probably just throw like $50 at it and get a super small fraction of a token. There are a lot of guys that'll do that. So realistically, a lot more people can participate, because the amount of people that are going to be buying full tokens are going to be X amount, and the amount of people that are just going to be buying fractional amounts, but just because they want to participate and they see potential in the project and they think they can see some gains. That there's going to be a large portion of that type of people too. But realistically, there is a chance that if you're on the whitelist, it can sell out before you have a opportunity to mint. So just being on the whitelist does not fully guarantee you a spot, but it's the absolute best chance you have at participating in the mint is by being on the whitelist. Hang on one second, guys. I think I've lost audio. I'm gonna drop off and come back in. 1 second.
Home Skittles on YouTube. If you want to know if you're whitelisted or not, come into the official Telegram, put /check, and then you'll be able to check whether you're whitelisted or not.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm back. I don't know why my headphones decided they want to disconnect on me. Sorry if I missed the question.
No, it wasn't a question. I was just helping someone on YouTube. They were just asking how they. Okay, go ahead.
Is that 10 a.m. Eastern time or Pacific, Central?
Pacific. It'll be 10 a.m. Pacific, so I believe that's 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, thank you.
There's a question in the chat. Mr. Diamond Hands asks, what will the starting liquidity be? So that's something we'll be able to touch on more on mint day or leading into the actual live trading. A lot of that relies on you know, how the mint goes and what's raised and, you know, all that good stuff. So that's dynamic, and that's something that I don't have the answer to right now, and we'll be able to you know, give more clarification on that at the time of launch. But it is going to be an extremely healthy liquidity pool, and we're more than confident that, you know, everybody's going to be extremely happy and content with what they're seeing. And we've got a lot of experience in building massive liquidity pools for our projects. For example, our ShibaDoge project that at its heights had about $16 to $17 million just in liquidity. So, you know, we make sure there's never a shortage of liquidity. Even now, at a $5 or $6 million market cap, the ShibaDoge project still has $3 million plus in just liquidity alone. So, you know, we make sure that liquidity is enough for everybody to be happy.
The trading's on Uniswap, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it's going to be launching on Uniswap V3. It's going to be a 0% tax, right? So we're not going to set like a token tax, but Uniswap V3 has a built-in 1% transaction fee in and out. That's kind of something that's on Uniswap V3, so we can't even adjust that. So technically, it's a zero tax token, but also technically, since it's on Uniswap V3, it's a 1% tax token. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
So what kind of slippage people are asking? Go ahead, bro.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hi, Leo. What's the name of the token?
DaVinci. It's called DaVinci. Like Leonardo da Vinci.
Quick question for you guys. Do you guys reckon you dox yourselves or not?
No, brother. We've been involved in the crypto space for over 2+ years at this point, and we've built an amazing reputation for ourselves as developers and as project managers, and you know, we've made a amazing amount of connections over the past years. And doxing is something that we're not going to do, because we still believe in decentralization, and we believe that, you know, crypto definitely still has that aspect that people believed in from the very beginning up to now. It's unnecessary for us to dox. There are a million things that could go wrong with doxing in terms of our security, our safety. You know, yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, that's out of the question. We're not doxing.
That's all right. I got one more question. How many successful projects have you made?
Our ShibaDoge project that we launched in December of 2022 reached an all-time high of close to $300 million. I believe it was $276 million was our all-time high, with a $16 million liquidity pool. Our second project, which is the Burn token, I believe maxed out at about 115 or 100 and something million dollars around that. So, you know, we've definitely got the experience, and we definitely know what it takes to run big projects.
How are you going to manage the you know, the issue with, you know, as soon as trading opens, you know, those with the early mint dumping their tokens or their NFTs?
So, I mean, that's not an issue to handle. We've been actually watching how the rest of the 404s that have been performing. For example, even Pandora and another one that launched called Palette performed. So the demand of the people buying the NFTs off the liquidity pool in the first place kind of bypasses the output that people are dumping their NFTs for participating in the mint. A lot of people don't actually even do that because they actually trade it just like a regular token, right? They're not going to have an insane supply. They're not going to be majority stake owners of anything because there's only 8,800 tokens to begin with, and the amount of people that are going to be participating in the mint it's already going to create a diversified pool of holders. And realistically, like the amount of liquidity that's going to be provided, people even selling their tokens on the chart isn't going to be that big of a factor. Also, on top of any of that, if people still have concerns, we've got over 100 people that are going to be help marketing and bringing new eyes to this even post-launch. And we're keeping a lot of announcements under our sleeve for post-launch to be able to incentivize people even more and have more catalysts for bringing new people in on board. So there's nothing to counter, man. I mean, it's more or less just a growth experiment of how high can we take this, how far can we take this, and how can we push the boundaries. So, just look at Pandora, look at the Frogs, look at Palette. Palette actually had a very very unsuccessful launch. They actually made something go completely bricked in their contract, so they had to relaunch. But they still managed to do $20 million of volume per day, even with the relaunch that they did. We're obviously not going to have any of those issues. We're making sure that we cross all our T's and dot all our I's. We've done this in the space before. We've launched successful projects, and we're going to do everything that we've learned that works, and apply everything that we've learned over the past 2 years and just all the experience we have into this launch. So we're not going to have any issues at launch.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hey, perfect. I just got a quick question. So on Monday when we mint, I'm just trying to figure out how it works. So do we just buy, like, if we want to buy like an ETH worth, do we just put it in an ETH and it's one transaction, or do we need to buy each individual NFT when we mint?
Exactly. So if you look at the, I don't know if you saw the screenshot that I posted. Let me see if I still have a copy to my clipboard. I'll post it again.
Right, yeah, I was driving. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I just reposted it. So that's what the mint page is going to look like. You'll go in there and be like, okay, cool. I want to spend half an ETH or an ETH. So you'll put in, 0.5 if you want to spend half, and then you press mint, and it'll give you the amount of tokens that you're going to get. So if each token costs 0.888, or 0.0888, I'm sorry, 0.0888 times, actually divided by, so 5 divided by 0.788. Anyway, I can't do math right now, but yeah, anyway, you would get more than 5 tokens, that's for sure, if you were to spend half an ETH. Or if you spend an ETH, you get 11 tokens. And the people asking in the chat, the minimum is going to be 0.001 ETH. So 0.01. That's like what, $3, $30? It's like $3, yeah. Did I lose audio again? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Loud and clear.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I sent the what's the word?
Whitelist.
Yeah, send the things in the whitelist, but I have different name for the Twitter and the Google account than in Telegram. Will that be a problem, or?
No, it won't be a problem. As long as you own the wallet address that's been whitelisted, then you'll be good.
Okay. And where I can find if I got whitelisted?
So here, I'll go ahead and link it in the chat right now. I'm going to create a button for this on our website as well, so it'll be there. You guys will see it later. But here, I'm linking it right now. DaVinci.wtf/whitelist-checker. So if you look at the chat right now, you'll see it. So you just go to that link and plug in your wallet address, and it'll either give you green check marks to let you know that you're approved, or red X's to say either you're denied or that maybe we haven't even checked that submission yet. So if you're not approved, don't freak out just yet. It just means we haven't got into your batch yet.
Yeah, I just did it, so I don't expect it already approved, right?
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, thanks. By the way, I have a question. This is working like a kind of like a regular token, right? Like you can buy part of the NFT as
exactly
buy part of token.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to buy a full token. You could buy fractionally. You could buy 0.1 of a token. You could buy 0.001 of a token. You don't need to buy a full token. Every token and every fractional token will be able to be traded on Uniswap on the chart. If you have a whole token, you get an NFT with it as well. That's the only difference.
So if I will buy, let's say I buy half of the token on the pre-sale and then another time on the launch, another half, will I get then NFT?
Yes.
Or you...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So it's automatic.
Yes, you will. It's automatic, exactly. As soon as your wallet that's holding the token reaches one whole token, doesn't matter when, as long as you own one whole token, you will mint an NFT. As soon as your wallet falls below one token, the NFT that you own will actually burn itself. It'll leave your wallet.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
How to get whitelisted?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Snowman. On YouTube, question on how to get whitelisted. Just come into our Telegram and put /whitelist, and it'll take you to a form. Fill in the form, and then you'll be able to check whether you've been whitelisted or not. Go ahead, Snowman.
I think it was it might have been Alex Leo that was talking about it, but let's say you have like 1 or 2 full tokens and you have the NFTs. If you move the NFT to a different wallet, like the one that you really like or you created and you really like it and you don't want it to be burned if you drop below that number, will that protect the NFT from being sold and then the other one will be sold type thing?
Exactly. So if there's a certain, like, let's say you own 3 NFTs or 3 tokens in your wallet, right? And let's say, the price goes up to an amount where you're like, cool, I want to take some profits. I want to sell a little bit. Like I made a good, a good run with this, but I don't want to sell that one particular NFT because I really like that one. So the way to protect an NFT is to actually be like, okay, cool. I'm actually going to pick this one and move it to a different wallet that I own. That way, anytime you sell from your other wallet, it won't even affect that at all. And that's the only way for you to actually pick and choose which NFTs to protect, guys. So keep in mind, as of right now, that's the only way to be like, all right, cool, I don't want to get rid of that NFT. If you own multiple, you have to actually move it to a different wallet that you own so that it doesn't just, you can't choose which NFT is going to get burned when you fall below a threshold.
Awesome. And so when you transfer the NFT, my understanding would be that the tokens get transferred with that NFT too?
The token and the NFT get transferred together, correct. Okay. You don't have to do that separately. That all happens in one transaction. The NFT is the token and the token is the NFT. They're both the same thing. They're both under the same contract address. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Can the artwork ever be changed?
The artwork will not be able to be changed. No. So your art that you decide to upload will forever be on the chain. So if you ever sell your NFT, it will live forever, even though you don't have it. Somebody else will have your artwork.
Question for you, Leo. So you see the contract. I'm not too up to date of how the Ethereum tokens work, but will the contract be re-announced?
No, it will not be renounced. We actually don't renounce our contracts. If you look at our past projects, we actually like to keep the ownership of it, because there are 1.5 million things that can go wrong in the process of owning a contract and having to adjust things to fix it for certain issues that may arise in the future, or some exchange listings have certain parameters that they ask for. Renouncing a contract means that if 1 month down the line something needs to be fixed or something needs to be changed, you do not any longer have the ability to do that, and that's a security risk in a lot of people's eyes. And a lot of times in projects like this, especially where it needs to be management and there needs to be the ability for us to upload artwork for artists and upload artwork for the community members that are submitting their requests, we wouldn't be able to do that if we renounce. So no, we won't be renouncing.
Okay, well, I've got one more question. So you see how Pepe, there was a guy that he had a really big bag and they blacklisted his wallet. Would anything like that happen in DaVinci?
So normally, anytime we've ever blacklisted anybody in any of our projects would be bots through our anti-bot feature that automatically blacklisted bots that snipe contracts or whatever. But in this case, no, there won't be any blacklisting, and the reason there won't be is because there can't be any bots and there can't be any snipers involved in the mint anyway. So no, there will be no blacklisting.
Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, so I've been looking for some mooners here. So I found this project. Can you briefly explain what is it about, or to be a hassle?
Yeah, no, I'll give you a quick one-liner, and then I'll link you to our white paper so you can learn more about it. And then obviously over the next few days, if you pay attention to this chat, we're going to be releasing more and more information. But it's an ERC404 protocol project, which pretty much combines NFTs and ERC20 tokens, which is what you're used to seeing, like any token on DEX tools, etc. It combines them into one contract. So it gives instant liquidity to NFTs, and it gives tokens the ability to become NFTs. So it's a new technology. There isn't many people that are experimenting with this, and the competition for it is extremely low. And that's the briefest explanation I'll give you. Let me link our white paper. You can go ahead and read over it, and there'll be a lot of content coming out over the next few days. Giving you guys a more clear image of what this is, or you could just re-listen to this recording.
Yeah, I'm reading the white paper right now.
Okay, cool,
one question though, why is the website so underdeveloped, or is it on purpose?
It's on purpose. It's on purpose. So I don't know if you're aware of the actual 404 error. I'm sure you've seen it sometimes. Page not found. It's for internet culture. Yeah, it's for internet culture, and we kind of wanted to go with that theme.
Okay, I see. So basically, is this a tokenized project, or are we be launching NFTs?
It's going to be both. So it's a tokenized project. If you own one whole NFT, what'll happen? I mean, if you own one whole token, it will actually mint an NFT for you under the same contract address. So let's say you buy exactly. Let's say you buy one token on the day of launch. If you mint one token on the day of launch, you will also receive an NFT with it, and that happens for every whole token that you own. So if you own 1.6 tokens, for example, you'll still only have one NFT that comes with it. But if you buy 0.4 more and you now own 2 tokens, then it will mint another NFT for you. So then now you'll have 2 NFTs. So that's how that works. And if you ever fall below a whole token, your NFT will get burned in the process.
Okay, I see. So basically anyone who sells, the NFT goes away. vanishes or stays on the blockchain?
It'll actually it'll vanish. It'll get resupplied back into the liquidity pool, and somebody else who ends up buying a whole token will have a chance. There's a chance that that token will get minted to them.
Okay, I see. So it's not infinite supply.
Nope,
okay.
It's not infinite supply. There's only going to be 8,888 total supply. And to put into context, if this project reaches for example, $40 million market cap, each token on DEX Tools will be valued at about $5,000 each. And that's out of $40 million market cap.
For $40 million market cap. Okay, let's say you launched successfully and etc. What's the price of the token would be?
So the mint price of the token, if you get in on mint day, is 0.0888 ETH, which is right around $300. So at a $40 million market cap, like I said, each token would be worth about $5,000. At an $80 million market cap, each token would be worth around $10,000. $10,000.
It should be 50, shouldn't it?
At 80 million, no. If there's 8,000 supply, at 80 million, each token is worth 10,000.
I see. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and those are just examples, guys. I'm just telling you based on basic math that I'm just looking at market cap to token ratio. So, it won't be exactly 5,000. It will be give or take, be in that ballpark range.
Yeah. So can someone buy half a token, let's say?
You can buy as little as 0.001 ETH worth on the mint day.
But they won't be able to mint an NFT.
Yeah, they won't be able to mint an NFT, but you would still be able to transact with the token the same way you do with any other token on Uniswap. So price goes up on token, the token that you own will go up with it. Price goes down, the amount of token that you have, whether it's fractional or whole, will go down with it. So same exact way you're used to with everything else.
I see. One more question, please. Let's say I minted a token. I got one token and an NFT, right?
Yes.
Is this NFT tradable?
Yes. So the NFT is tradable. You can list your NFT on OpenSea, and someone will be able to, buy it for what you listed at. But when you sell your NFT on OpenSea, your token gets sent with it as well. So it won't cause a sale to happen on DEX Tools, but it will transfer your token and your NFT.
Yeah, I see.
It's like a transfer. Exactly. Yeah.
So basically, both profits are separate. Okay, one more question. Let's say you have rarity, etc. trades the NFT.
So no, and the reason why we don't is because we believe that the NFTs, the reason people buy NFTs is not so that they can have the rarest one anymore. Like, that's a thing of the past. The reason why people buy NFTs anyway nowadays, I could put a picture of a fly as the collection and people will buy it, even though the rarity or the image sucks and no one likes it. So the point is that people buy this because they want to flip it. They want to make money. They want to see their investment go up or down or whatever. At the core, that's why people buy NFTs, right? So every NFT in our collection is going to be a one of one. And we have an AI element built into it where you'll be able to go to our website and use generative AI to be your own artist. You can create the image that is on the NFT that you own. So, and the image that you create and upload will be the image that lives on there forever.
I see. Look, I have one more question. I usually ask everyone before I buy anything. What is the incentive that would make people buy this token?
So the incentive, I could give you a few. We're actually a team that has a lot of experience in the space. We've built communities of over 250,000+ people across social medias on the projects that we've brought to the space. We've had a combined market cap of over $400 million across our projects. our biggest project, having a $276 million market cap, 30,000 plus holders. We're extremely well connected in the space. We've got an amazing reputation, and everybody knows that we don't mess around. On top of just our reputation alone, that aside, the technology that we're introducing and the freedom that we're giving people in the space is going to be unparalleled. There's no one that's doing what we're doing in the space right now, with giving them the freedom, and on top of that, incorporating artificial intelligence, and on top of that, incorporating the 404 protocol, which is such a new technology. You know, there's a lot of potential for growth in that aspect. And just kind of like put the icing on the cake, we have over 100 people that, you know, we've onboarded in terms of marketing, callers, KOLs, Twitter influencers, some celebrities that we're in talks with right now. So we're going to be pushing this pretty hard.
I see. Regarding the return on investment, you've said if I bought a token and the market cap went up to 8 million, it will be only $5,000, which sets us around 13x, let's say, 1,300% of the initial investment per one token, per one mint token. But the thing I didn't understand, that if the market cap goes 10x more, your initial investment will only double. For example, if I got $5,000, give or take, and then it goes up to $80 million, you said it would go around like 100% more. So usually what people are used to in this space, whenever the market cap goes 10x, their initial return on investment goes 10x more. You know what I mean?
Think about it like this. Let me put it in more simpler terms for you. In a term where you've seen before and you'll be able to recognize right away. So let's say at launch, you get one token, right? Let's just say you buy one token. You're the owner of one token, and let's say that token at that current time, for example, costs $500, right? Mm-hmm. And the market cap, for example, this is a completely random example number that I'm just throwing out there. So, you know, let's just say it's $1 million market cap. Okay.
Yeah.
So your token costs $500 each. The market cap is 1 million. This is all example. Again, guys, don't quote this.
Exactly. Go.
If the market cap reaches $2 million, then your token would be worth $1,000 now, right? It would double. It would go from 500 to 1,000, right? Exactly. So then, what is it going to take for your token to be worth $2,000? Market cap would need to go from 2 million. I mean, from 1 million. Yeah, from 2 million to 4 million. Exactly. So that's how it works. So think of like owning a Bitcoin, right? If you bought Bitcoin,
so for example, if it's 40 million, it would go to $20,000. Let's say.
No. There's 8,800. Yeah, but because there's 8,888 total supply. So the way that Uniswap, the way that market caps and tokens kind of like have that ratio is it's market cap divided by supply, and that's what gives you price per token, right? So if you get into a project and there's a 100 supply of tokens and the market cap over that project is $100, each token would be worth $1, and that's how that works. That's how the market cap to the token price ratios work.
So it would go to a limit. Yeah. It would go to a limit at some point, yeah? The return on investment. For example, if it went to 1 billion, the return on investment, so, let's say it would go around 100,000 as a maximum.
Here's a good reference. If you go on Dex Tools, you'll see Pandora, which is the #2 trending project right now. If you click on their project, they have an 8,000 circulating total supply, right? And each token is worth $23,000 at $185 million market cap. Yeah. So our supply is going to be 8,800. So very similar to what their supply is. So that's kind of like a good reference to be able to tell how much, you know, what'll be worth at certain market cap, because our supply is very similar to what they've got.
I can see, but they did around 45x, let's say, for 4,400%. They still had
Yeah.
a huge return on investment.
I have a question.
Right? Yeah, go on.
Sure, go ahead. What's your question?
Can you talk us through, what the plan is at launch? The mint period, and then the public trading period, and what's your guys' plan? Maybe you mentioned it already. I came kind of late. Kind of what your plan is to push it at launch.
Yeah, for sure, man. So obviously the mint schedule here, I'll share it again. I'll drop it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Actually, I guess I closed that tab. But anyway, the mint phase will happen in 2 phases, right? So it'll have the whitelist mint, and then it will be the public mint. If it sells out in the whitelist mint, there will be no public mint. It's just everybody who was a part of the whitelist will be a part of it, and then we'll go into the 3rd phase, which is the launch, the live trading. So we'll supply liquidity. The token will launch, just like how you guys are used to, seeing new token launches. Except the difference is, like, now it won't start at a super small market cap. It'll start at a much higher market cap because we're supplying the liquidity. There's going to be no bots, no snipers. No one's going to come in at like 20K market cap and snipe the whole supply. Like that kind of thing doesn't exist. So it's really, really good for the space in terms of how launches will happen in the future if people decide to kind of embrace 404 and it becomes more popular, which I think it will. But in terms of how we want to push it post-launch, I kind of touched on this a minute ago, but we're already working with over 100 promoters in terms of Twitter influencers, Twitter callers, Telegram callers, artists, famous artists that we're actually going to be doing artist showcases with on our NFT project. And on top of that, we're actually in talks with some managers for some celebrities. We're trying to onboard a couple A-list celebrities, so we're trying to bring that back into the mix. But on top of that, we have kind of an entire process of like how things are done in terms of pushing projects post-launch. And this has a lot of potential because it's such a new tech. Not too many people, not too many people, but nobody really knows about it just yet. So educating the public on this, especially in the state of the market right now, where people are kind of like FOMOing back into crypto, it has a lot of potential to be one of those that pops off and catches traction. And we're definitely going to capitalize on that. We spend our marketing dollars, just for example, on our last project with ShibaDoge, we've spent close to $4 million just on marketing, and we were able to reach a close to $300 million market cap on just that project alone.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good to hear. So it's just a lot of these projects, it's, they just push based on hype, and then they don't really have the financial backing they need to really push it, and they rely on the community and to push. And while that's great, and we need to do our part as a community, that's just not enough to send a project the way it needs to be sent. You know what I mean? So it's just good to see a team that's actually got some financial backing and reputation to push it the right way, in addition to community involvement.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we've always done that with like everything that we dabble our hands into. The community that's been with us over the past 2 years, they know that we don't mess around. They know that we dig into our own pockets to push projects that other devs don't do. They like you said, they only rely based on what the community has to offer, and that's it. Fortunately for us, we've actually had a lot of luck in the space of crypto. Before we were developers, we were actually crypto investors, and we've made millions and millions of dollars on Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. One of our partners is actually a top 50 wallet still in Dogecoin right now. So, we've got the financial backing to do a lot more than a lot of the competition and just 99.99% of other people out there. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or show off or anything. I'm just telling you, just so you guys know, just like, our community already knows.
Hello.
You're breaking up if you have a question. Yeah, go ahead, Kit Kat.
Yeah,
Each
thanks
coin is
for
worth like $300, correct?
Bit astronaut, give me 1 second. Yeah, Kit Kat.
Sure.
It's 0.0888 ETH, so give or take about $300 per whole token. Yeah. But like I said, you
get an NFT with it, right? Each coin.
Each whole token will mint an NFT, yes, but you don't have to. You don't have to buy a whole token if you don't want to. There are going to be people out there that just buy a fractional amount of a token, which is completely fine. You know, you can still trade that back and forth like anybody can with any token on DexTools. So, but you're not required to own a whole token. It's good to own a whole token because you get a whole NFT, you get the whole experience with it. But you don't have to. If you want to just throw $50 at it and kind of like just, you know, test your luck, you could do that as well. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. And you won't be at a disadvantage per se if you do that either.
Okay, this token, what is this? Like blockchain? What is it?
Yeah, man, it's a new protocol. You know how we're used to ERC20, which is the tokens that you see now on DexTools, and we're used to ERC721 and 1155, which is NFTs that you see on OpenSea. This is a new protocol called ERC404, and what it does is it merges all of that together. So it all lives together in one contract. It's amazing technology, man. It's something that is definitely going to be the future of how this space operates.
Is this Ethereum blockchain, or is it separate?
Yes, yeah, Ethereum. It's on Ethereum.
Is it also is this also ShibaDoge or Gold, or this is a different token altogether?
This is a different token altogether. It's just we're the same developers that made those projects.
Okay, so it's the same ecosystem with ShibaDoge and Gold.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same developers. This is a standalone project, though, guys. This is you know, something new that we're bringing to the table.
Okay, so is the token out? Is it launched yet?
It will.
March 4th.
If you're whitelisted, you'll be able to participate in the mint on March 4th at 10 a.m., which is this upcoming Monday.
I filled the form, but it says, where did we get to find out about DaVinci? Who is DaVinci?
DaVinci is the name of the token. It is the name of the project.
Fifth Death.
Oh, thank you. And I wrote ShibaDoge. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine.
Okay, I'm going to ask you another question, Leo. The market supply is 88888, all eights?
8,888. Yeah, 8,888 would be the total supply.
We're happy if we sell out. That's it. It's done. Deal.
So only 5,334 of them will be available for mint on the whitelist mint. We have a set amount that's going into the liquidity pool that's going to be paired with Ethereum. So yeah, if all 5,334 sell out during the mint phase, then nobody else will be able to participate in mint, and they would have to buy their tokens off of Uniswap, just like how you'd go and buy any other token right now. That would be the only other way to get it, or you could buy an existing one on OpenSea.
They could buy $300 a coin from Uniswap, right? Same thing, right?
One whole coin will cost 0.08888 ETH. Yeah, so you don't have to buy that much. You could buy less than that. Yeah, exactly. You could buy less than that. You could buy more than that. You could buy however much your heart desires. But that's how much one entire whole token will cost.
This coin will go up in the future, huh?
I mean, ideally, that's what we're going to try to go for, man. We're going to try to push this as hard as we can, and we have a lot of people onboarded to make that happen. And the technology is fresh, it's new. People don't know about it. It's revolutionary. We're bringing a lot of attention to it in terms of the NFT space and the crypto space. So, there's a lot of potential, man. There's a lot of potential.
Guys. Is there a hard cap on how much you can buy at the mint?
At the mint, it's an open limit. So if you want to spend, if you want to spend 10 ETH, you can do that. we're not going to be limiting people. So if you know, we're welcoming whales as well. If you want to be a whale and put your money where your mouth is, you're free to do that here. And
it's going to be gone by tomorrow. Whoever don't buy, I'm buying all of it.
Yeah, bro. Be astronaut. You had a question, bro. Go ahead, man. I know you've been trying.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks. Very excited, man. And everything looking great. Yeah, a couple of questions regarding the initial mint. Like, how many spots will be there for the whitelist? Is there a criteria for the forms that we filled, or is it just going to be like a raffle, random picking?
So as of right now, the number one criteria, and this is something I mentioned earlier, people that are applying with wallets that have zero history or zero ETH that's sitting in that wallet will more than likely not get accepted, because our system detects that there's nothing in there. So we don't want to give out whitelist spots to people who are just not going to do anything if they sign up. So that's one criteria. At least use a wallet that's got some ETH in there or some transaction history, so that the wallet, our system can detect that it's not just someone trying to take up a whitelist spot for no reason. But the other one is kind of like, we're just pushing it now, so the earlier you're able to get on, the better chance that you have of being approved. And I believe right now our whitelist checker is updating at about every 15 to 30 minutes, so you can check if you got approved. And if you do get approved, then that's great. You don't have to do it multiple times with multiple different wallets. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, sure.
There's no limits of, but no, that's the criteria for right now. But obviously, once we reach a certain limit of people, we may have to pull the plug and be like, hey guys, we're not taking any more whitelists, because there's no point. I mean, as of right now, there is a large amount of people who have signed up, and I expect it to sell out even with just the amount of people that are signed up right now. But there could be, like I said, people that come in and they don't buy a whole token. They just buy a fraction of a token. They buy $30 worth or $10 worth. So, that number could go up to the tens of thousands if the majority of people do that. So we're not really limiting the amount of people just yet.
Yep, sounds good. So, and you said there's around 5,000 NFTs that will be at the initial mint for the whitelist?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So how much of that liquidity will be added to the initial launch, the public launch, Uniswap?
So like I said, a lot of that depends on the way the mint performs. So I wouldn't be able to say that until we actually start the mint. But it is going to be a very large portion. It's going to be a portion that actually is strategically injected as well. If you look at how the Pandora project, which is sitting at about $200 million in market cap right now, how they did it, we've strategically studied the way that they did it, because they did it the right way. They did it the way that makes most sense and kind of helped the project grow. And we're, to say not to say we're not original or anything, but we just really like the way they did it, so we're going to do it the same exact way.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for thanks for your patience, man, and answering all the questions. Thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah, of course, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have another question. So it's better to send some Ethereum to the empty wallet, right? Just in case to be approved.
Exactly. If you sign up with a wallet that has zero history and zero Ethereum sitting in it, our system is going to think you're just trying to take up a whitelist spot, and it'll just deny you. So have a little bit, have at least $10 or whatever of Ethereum sitting in that wallet. I'll give you a better chance of getting approved.
Okay, thanks.
So to sell the token after launch, maybe after a month or so, you just sell it like any other token, right?
Just like any other token, exactly. You just go to Uniswap, plug in, I want to sell DaVinci, I want to get ETH, and that's it. You set your slippage to 1% or even auto or whatever, and that's it. You're good to go, just like how you're used to.
It's pretty sweet. So the new technology is basically the way that we're getting the coin in the initial phase, or it's the way that you're able to incorporate a lot of different facets of cryptocurrency into the actual coin with the NFT?
Both, man, both. So it changes the way projects will launch forever. If they decide to go this route, you never have to worry about the launch competition and the slippage and failed transactions and bots and snipers and all that bullshit. You never have to worry about that. And like you said, it incorporates everything that everybody is into in the Web3 space all together into one simple contract. If you're an NFT guy, this is for you. If you're a crypto guy, this is for you. If you're both, then this is for you. So it's like, it's the best of both worlds for everybody involved.
Yeah, it sounds like a game changer because this way, it's a fair launch every single time. And if you're a whale or if you're a shrimp or if you're a fish, doesn't matter. You still get a piece.
Exactly.
And with it being fractional, that's really good too. Just want to say thank you for pioneering this and taking this chance. And I look forward to the mint.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. We look forward to giving you a good experience.
Leo, cousin KK.
Hey, what's up, cousin?
Hey, man, good stuff, good stuff. Everybody's loving this. This is what you guys do, and we're happy for it. So, you say everybody that's a part of ShibaDoge will automatically get a whitelist spot, and I saw that you posted like 15,000 names and address, well, just names. That was cool. So when did the snapshot take place for that? Or
so
just automatic?
The snapshot will actually happen on, let me tell you, there's a certain block. It's going to happen, I believe, on Saturday. So you still have time. Like if you want to guarantee yourself a whitelist, you can literally just go buy anything from our ecosystem and it'll guarantee you a spot.
Right.
So the snapshot hasn't happened just yet, but it's going to, we're going to take that final snapshot on Saturday. Okay. There's an exact block as well, which I'm trying to find for you guys so I can share it, but it's really not that important right now. But yeah, if you buy in by Saturday, that kind of like guarantees you a whitelist spot. You don't have to though. You could just apply same way, everybody else is, just by going to our website and signing up.
Okay, cool. Some none holders, but I just want to make sure they get in before mint. Good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Hello, thanks for this. I just want to ask, it's just that I don't really understand, how does it like come together with all the other tokens like Burn, ShibaDoge, and
so this is for right now. This is a new technology and a standalone thing that we can't incorporate this fully just yet with the ecosystem, and the plan is to see if that changes in the future or not. But as of right now, this is a standalone new protocol. So think of DaVinci as our second company.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hey Leo, some people asking why the 888?
It symbolizes a lot in the culture of crypto, man. So not just in crypto, but also in fortune, in luck. It's a number that's symbolized by a lot of cultures. For it to be a special number, to bring luck, to bring prosperity, to bring fortune. And then there's also the 888 NFT project, which is extremely popular and has a deep meaning in the space. That's something that really paved the way of what NFTs are in the beginning phases of NFTs. So the culture behind the number is important. And also it ties in with the vision that we've had when we got into crypto, when we released our 888-year plan. It ties into that. And it's just a number that, we hold pretty dear to our heart. And that, no other reason other than those 5-6 reasons. And we wanted to keep the token supply small for this, right? Because we want to see those big prices. We want to see like, if the market cap reaches a certain amount and our price is like in the 10, 20, 30,000 range, I'll be like, it's cool to see something like that.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I would rather go hiking or
What was that? Did someone say they want to go hiking?
Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and conclude this just so it's not super, super long so people can actually listen to it. We post like a 2-hour recording. Chances are a lot of people are going to be like, hey, I don't have time to listen to 2 hours. So I'll keep it to where we're at right now. We're going to have another AMA in a private group tomorrow. I'll share again the link so you guys can join if you want to. And also we're putting together a giveaway as well. So I'll share details on that later on today for sure. So we'll share details. We're going to be giving away tokens to people on launch day, and I'll give you guys instruction on how you can participate and how you could be one of the lucky guys or girls to win a NFT, right? So keep your eyes open for that. And also, if you haven't followed us on Twitter, if you haven't followed us on some of our other social media, well, we don't have any other social media other than Twitter for right now. But if you haven't followed us on Twitter, go ahead and please do that, because we're actually going to start marketing Twitter pretty soon here. As of right now, the main marketing that rolled out today was mainly in Telegram. So be one of the first to follow our Twitter, and we're going to be sharing a lot of new stuff over there. And again, keep your eyes open for how to participate in the giveaway. But with that being said, guys, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm going to be around in the chat. I'll be answering people's questions all day, all week, leading up to the mint. And again, the mint is going to be on Monday at 10 AM PST for the whitelist members. And then for the public mint, it will be after the whitelist concludes, if it doesn't sell out. If the project sells out, there will be no public mint. And with all that being said, join us in our journey to make NFTs great again. That's what we're doing this time, baby. We're making NFTs great again. And we're actually involving crypto in the process of it. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys for joining in. I love you guys. Peace.
Love, peace.
Thank you.
Have a good one.